You're out. I thought that was it.
And we are ready to roll with the championship match of today's B3 Pod Play Tournament. Brandon Allred here commentating for you today. In the finals, we have Brian Lake, who you just saw throw a shot on lane 33 here at Suncoast. He is facing off against a previous B3 champion in Ken Kurtz. Definitely some lower scores today, guys, for sure. We had the 2008 Teen Masters long pattern out. Now, that is a pattern that is a more of a normal, or what you would consider normal lane condition, as opposed to some of the more recent Teen Masters lane conditions, which require special bowling balls because they are of lower volume and a little bit shorter and or longer distances, depending on what's going on. But for today's pattern, cut score today, 4th place. Did not need to average 200. It was 796. You needed to average 199 to make the cut today. Going back to the semifinal action, Brian Lake faced off against Sean Herska and ended up leaving a pocket 710 in the 10th frame for 176 against Sean Herska's 148. Ken Kurtz made it here by beating Sean Cochran 218 to 149. Qualifying totals here, Brian had 959 for his 4 games. That was well in the lead. Second place was Ken Kurtz. He had 837. Third and fourth place were taken by Sean Herska at 823 and Sean Cochran, your cut score at 796. Big congratulations goes out to Dustin Valentine for winning our track bowling ball of choice. Special thanks to our title sponsor, Track, for allowing us to give away a bowling ball of choice to any non-casher. We do a raffle at the end of qualifying. And today we were able to provide a kinetic amethyst to Dustin. I think he's really going to enjoy that ball. It's a good one. Ken almost with a little late tap on that 10. Ball's in play right now. Looks like Ken's throwing a ripped solid. He's been using that for most of the day. Rolling pretty well for him. Brian Lake all day has been throwing the Warrior Supreme, and it has looked very good for him, averaging 240 during qualifying. And Ken with a little miss on the 10 pin there, 28 in the second frame. Stone cold 8 pin. That's why we play the game, guys. That is why we play the game. One of the true chaps in bowling. And runs it down. A couple spares to start for him. Running through your high game pots today. We had Jeff Paul kicking things off game 1 with a 261. And other than that, it was all the Brian Lake show. Brian Lake with games of 246, 258, and 244 in the span of games 2, 3, and 4 to win every high game pot. We also run a little bracket side pot that we include with the entry here. We had 15 entries today going into that. We paid $50 for first and $25 for second, and would you believe it or not, Brian Lake also won that, so it's been a great day for Brian thus far. He ended up beating out Sean Cochran, who also made the semifinals. Both of them made a little bit of extra money just for showing up today, so one of the cool things we try to offer here at B3. And another 9 spare for Brian. Staying clean was certainly a premium today, especially when you're bowling on a pattern that's extremely touchy and very flat. Keep yourself out of trouble is the name of the game, especially on the fresh. This pair of lanes currently has 1 game underneath it. This is where we conducted the semifinals as well. So in total, we had 4 total games completed on this pair before the title match. Ken down by 10 here. Let's see if he can take advantage of the karate chop 9-pin and double up here on lane 33. Little high flush for a double. First double of the match. Little right, and that is a miss that we saw quite frequently today, guys. A touch right, and the ball just never sees the pattern the right way. You see it hydroplaying all the way through, and Brian here is left with a 5-count super washout on a spare as well, so here's a little bit of count. And 2. That gives Ken Kurtz the lead on the bench. Brian with 60 in the 4th. And getting back on track with the strike in the 5th. I'm sure everyone can see the bowling ball that is currently on the rack there. That is the new track Precision coming up on August 14th. The ball will be available to the public. Have you pre-ordered yours yet? If not, I think you should head to your local pro shop and get it done. The ball would actually be very, very good for this pattern. High-end pearl. Got some teeth underneath it. 1000 Avalon with a little bit of factory finished polish over top. I think that ball with a touch of surface, maybe just cracking the polish off, would be looking really good right now. We're all really excited about the Precision for sure. If you guys have liked the Paradox Black and the Alias, this is a wonderful complement to both of those. Ken avoids disaster there. Left with just a 6-pin. You guys will want to stay tuned over the next couple of weeks as well. We've got some very cool video content coming up over the next couple of weeks, specifically directed towards the new track Precision. And we're really excited about that ball. It's going to be a great release. We're going to have a lot of fun putting together some content for you. So do us a favor, hit the subscribe button. Give us a like on Facebook. Tell your friends. We like to have some fun here at our events. Brian up on 34, strike working. Looking for his first double of the match. A little mixer for the double. It's going to put Brian down by about 17 is what it's looking like. We had a pretty close call on today's lottery pot. Numbers were 6, 0, 9, and 5 for games 1 through 4. Ari Wilson made it through the first 2 games, not even knowing that he was in it. Game 3 going into the 10th frame, he had a chance to get the 9 and just missed it. I think he ended up with 191 that game. Got 2 pins too many, I believe. And Brian caps off 7th with strike, triple working.
So you still doing Tuesday nights? Orleans?
Definitely a little left and a little slow for Ken there. Once again, fortunate enough to just leave the 6-pin standing. Good makeable spare, but probably going to need to get on the strike train here pretty quick as Brian looks like he's getting a little bit more comfortable.
I'm like that. I'm always he's asking me to sub like a couple of things, but I'm always like on the
No problem with the spare. So max scores here, we're looking at 240 for Brian late, and we are looking at 236 for Ken Kurtz. We've got a match here, folks. 8th, 9th, and 10th to go. Let's see how it shapes up. Looks like Ken's going to make a ball change here. He's going from a ripped solid to an original Mako with a little bit of lane shine on it, looks like. Now that's knowing your equipment, folks. Knowing you need to put a strike on the board. Late game ball change for Ken results in a strike. Excellent decision. That looked very, very fast, and it looked like Brian almost missed it just to touch the bottom. Never quite picked up the lane like he thought it would. 2-7 left for him. And that is a great spare late in the day. All right, Brian's in a situation here where he basically needs to put up a strike in the 9th frame to keep some pressure on Ken. We are in crunch time, folks. 9th and 10th to go. There you go. They do what they do. And a little half 10 there for Brian. It can get real interesting here, folks. If Ken posts a spare in the 9th frame, he can potentially go fill 20 in the 10th, 206 pace. Brian can strike out for 207 until that. That is a missed 10 pin, and that is disastrous. Alright guys, Ken Kurtz, ball in hand. Strike here. Put himself in great position to mark in the 10th and cap off his second B3 title. Let's see what he's got. Evidently that was the perfect ball change for Ken. Switch from the Ripsaw to the Mako, posting a double. Now just needing to fill any kind of mark. High count even. Ken Kurtz is going to be a 2-time B3 champion. That is going to be plenty. And a spare for good measure. Ken Kurtz, B3 champion. It's just a matter of what the final scores are going to be, folks. We're going to get things all wrapped up here. On behalf of Jake Peters and myself, thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you guys watching our recaps of our finals. Hope you guys enjoyed the little webcast we have here. Definitely appreciate everybody's feedback. We've had a lot of great commentary, a lot of great feedback from everybody regarding our tournaments, what we're doing, how we're doing it. We appreciate everybody's input, and we try to take everything into consideration to make things bigger and better for our bowlers. Once again, make sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. Share it with your friends. Let them know we've got some pretty cool final recaps. We're going to have some great ball videos coming out. And a lot more great content coming very, very soon. So you want to stay tuned for that. Go ahead and give us a like on social media. Facebook, that's our source. Come engage with us. Have some fun. Your final score today, Ken Kurtz, 208, Brian Lake, 186. Congratulations to Ken on your second B3 title. Once again, guys, I'm Brandon Allred. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys on the next one.